explore the concept of free will, and if humans have it, first, we need to understand self, identity, and personality. Second, we need to understand a little bit about how the brain functions and how the body and outside world might influence it. Who am I? I am a story, which is a combination of physical characteristics, genetic components, plus a series of reinforcements that shaped my behavioral tendencies and patterns, and then some. I am a product of my environment, the people around me when I was impressionable and malleable, coupled with my physiology, which can be manipulated and dictated by everything from seasons to air to how much sleep I have had this day, week, month, year, and so on. Another factor that ought to be considered are my relationships with and dependency on other organisms, from bacteria and fungi to bees and dogs. We are also moody. Our moods and hormones can be influenced by many other stimuli as well. We are not static, unchanging, frozen, or stone-like beings. What I like today, I may dislike tomorrow, and my proclivities may even change within minutes or seconds. Our brains are capable of computing 1 billion calculations per second. Written numerically, that number is a 1 followed by 18 zeros. The conscious mind simply does not have the capacity to be aware of all this processing. Most of how we make decisions goes on behind the curtain. We only become aware of the brain's decisions that have been mulled and calculated many times over after the fact, when they are ready to be applied. Research suggests that when we pick up an object, the brain has decided it long before we consciously become aware of it. It's almost like the brain just tells us a moment before, so we have some idea of why the object is being picked up. I think this can help us to understand intuition, being in the zone or flow state. These states of mind may be explained by a strong connection or a lack of questioning the calculations that occur beneath the level of consciousness. It enables us to have faster reflexes and trust in the lower regions of our intelligence. So, our personalities are determined by our biology, genetics, hormones, and other factors like interactions with other organisms and animals, but also a series of teachings, such as negative and positive reinforcements and punishments we experienced as kids. Let's suppose, for example, at age 5 you tell a joke and everyone laughs and you enjoy their reaction. You'd be more likely to repeat that behavior. And if the next joke you told got another warm reception, you'd be even more likely to do it again. Your brain would wire itself to make you more likely to think in a way that is conducive to this behavior. The more we think a certain way, the more the brain wires itself to enable us to think that way. Conversely, if you had told a joke and nobody laughed, instead someone said, "That was dumb, you're not funny," then you'd be less likely to have joke-telling as an attribute of your personality, and eventually an aspect of your personal identity. Just because the conscious you doesn't make decisions as they are decided beneath the level of consciousness, that doesn't eliminate the necessity of accountability. The part of you that does make decisions still responds to consequences and takes potential punishments into account. Since we did not choose our biology, how we were reinforced or punished, which people and organisms surrounded and shaped us, or how fast or slow our mind is, how can it be proposed that we have the will to make decisions? Perhaps it's not even a valid question. Once we have a robust understanding of how humans actually operate, it's not really the right question to ask if we are responsible for our actions. It's a bit of a gray area. On some levels we are free, and on some we are not. Some things that determine who we are and what we do are under our control, while most things are not. Maybe it's a bit like asking, do we have free will over the weather outside? Well, we can find shelter, change locations, change our clothing, so in that way we do, but we can't yet actually change the weather itself, and we don't always have those opportunities. As adults, we certainly have more power to control our surroundings and the people, places, organisms, and animals we associate with, but we are still symbiotes that do not have total control.